Now we're the Somerset.
What? You are watching Common Revolt.
What he said.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Well,
Yeah.
Word. Hey, what's up?
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? We're all time low.
Now we're the Somerset.
What? You are watching Common Revolt.
What he said.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I
don't know
I don't know this guy. Never seen one.
My name is Jack, and I like red puppies.
I like
horseback riding and castles.
I skydive on the weekends sometimes. Once. One time. One time sometimes.
There's this one weekend.
Wait, you know what we should do? First of all, we should make it so it's
Probably.
band.
Yeah, band.
That would make more sense.
When did your new record come out?
We have a new record
Can't
coming out.
say.
I heard you guys also have a new record coming out.
Yeah.
Our
What's
record's
the deal
coming
with
out
that
on
record?
December 21st, 2012, when the world ends.
Wait, do you have a
it's not
release date
coming
yet?
out.
We haven't announced it, but it's definitely coming out this summer.
Cool. Nice.
One of those kind of things.
So,
But I
that's
mean,
a
like,
question.
off the
What was
record,
the,
do you have a release date?
Don't worry, camera's paused. What was the inspiration behind it? New direction? Anything?
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it's our second record, and our first record, we were obviously really young, didn't exactly know what we were doing. And this time around, we just wanted to make sure we wrote more songs, so we had more to choose from, and kind of had the willingness to
Are we actually interviewing?
doing everything.
Yeah.
We are.
We're going.
No fucking way.
You just ruined everything.
I ruined everything.
You just
Sorry.
actually ruined everything.
We can start that over.
We're going. No.
We're going.
Just
This is
keep
great.
going.
We're going.
Keep rolling.
We can go. We're
Like I was saying, so we recorded this new record, and we kind of this time made sure we were actually prepared and wrote a lot more songs, and kind of had the willingness to try everything. And
Did Fields do the whole thing?
Fields did the whole thing. Guy named John Fields. He's probably the craziest bastard I've ever met in my entire life. But yeah, it was an awesome experience. We kind of got to record.
He scared the hell out of me every day.
We actually did a song with him too.
Yes.
Our new record.
How is that song?
It's good.
It's alright.
It's alright. I don't know. I enjoy it. It was rad working with him. He was actually gonna do more songs, but the timing didn't really work out.
Yeah.
So what about your guys' new record?
Our new
you guys
record
worked
comes
with, I
out.
know, a bunch of couple different producers and
Shitload.
stuff.
I know
Shitload
it's-
of producers.
For you guys, it's like your third or fourth record
Fourth
too,
album,
right?
yeah.
Fourth album. So
It's funny because I think you guys worked with Mike Green a little bit as well,
Yes,
and
we-
went back to Fields, and we did.
not on this record. We worked with Mike Green a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kind of ended up.
So how was
recording
working-
with?
how was
He
working
ended up
with-
doing the majority of our record.
Cool.
I knew him.
So how was working with Mike Green? on
Green
this
is
record?
awesome. He's sort of that's kind of the way it goes. Actually, interesting sort of point that was just made there. Not all producers work for all bands, and for us, Mike Green was he tapped into sort of something within our band that no one else has really tapped into before. So, that felt really good. It kind of felt like he was a fifth member. He really understands the band and creatively kind of drove us to new places, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was, I guess, a little bit the same way for John Fields for us, where he just he didn't so much act as the sixth member and play a lot of extra stuff, but he pushed us so much harder to be better at what we were doing and have more ideas of our own,
Right.
and kind of make a record and not be scared to try everything. I know it's only our second record, but I feel like it's definitely a different record for us. It's still a pop record, but I feel like it's just a little, I don't know, there's a lot more on it.
I've heard some of it, and I would say that it's definitely a step in the right direction for you guys. It feels
Booty
very
shaking fun.
It feels very
Booty shaking fun.
It's good pop rock. It feels very heavily influenced by Springsteen and some artists like that. And I picked up on that right off the bat. So for those of you who haven't heard it yet, I can promise you there's some good jams on there.
We play a song on this tour called "Someone Like You." That's a new one, and he told me it sounded like The Lion King. So I'm just take that as it is.
I'm gonna take that as it is.
Yeah, that song was a hit.
The song was massive.
It's great because we were really inspired by The Lion King and Jumanji and Aretha Franklin when we
Circle of life.
You guys have an actual release date for your record.
We do, June 7th.
June 7th.
The record is out. It's crazy because we've just started having it passed around to reviewers and stuff like that, so we're actually getting some feedback on it now, which is scary, but exciting too.
Isn't it your guys' first record on a new label?
Yeah,
too?
Interscope Records this
What's that
time.
like?
Good. So far so good. It's a busier label, and it's definitely more hectic to go from being the big fish at an indie label to being a small fish in a pond full of fucking sea monsters.
Is this your first record on Razor and Tide?
No, it's It's our second record, but it's our first one where we really got to work with them collaboratively, because our first record we were recording on a label called the Militia Group, and things kind of while we were in the studio with them kind of stopped working out on their end, and Rage and Tide kind of used to do a lot of distribution for them, and they just kind of took us under their wing, but we went to Rage and Tide with a record that was already done.
Yeah.
So
this is our first time working with our label.
Yeah, like actually working with our A&R.
Kind of
feedback.
Getting to...
And like,
I feel like do a record that we all
like having more opportunities, because with like our first record, we were at a time with our label where things were kind of weird, so we just kind of all of a sudden we're in a studio, and half the songs were written in the studio, and there's like 11 songs, and that was it. And we didn't get to like this record. We got to spend like a whole 6 months writing and prepping and rewriting and
picking
recording and just kind of figuring out what kind of record we wanted to make.
Yeah.
So for touring and everything, like I know you guys have toured forever.
We've been touring for a while.
For a very long time.
We've been touring for a while.
You know, your guys' live approach is definitely unique, I'd say, to other people's. What's your guys' stance in your life? I know you guys have, you know, a very energetic show and everything like that. It seems like you guys just go up there and just kind of don't give a fuck.
I was waiting for him to actually like get to it.
There's definitely no planning if that's what you mean.
It's neither for us.
No careful planning.
We've always gone into it with the mentality of, you know, a live show's a live show, and it should feel as kind of raw, and also I just think there's a certain energy that's created when you can tell that the people up there aren't really super rehearsed about it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's what I'm definitely noticing this tour that I like watching your guys' set is it's like there's no like strict things you talk about in between songs. It's just really just you two kind of just make fun of each other.
Yeah,
for like,
it works.
And it works, and it's kind of awesome because I feel like every city gets to have their own. There's something intimate that maybe you guys said.
It shouldn't work, but it does.
It works because I don't think it would work for anyone else.
It's one of those things. I mean I think we picked up a lot of that attitude and that mentality from Blink back in the day.
Yeah,
you know, they were big into that kind of loose sort of attitude.
The
on
reason
stage.
this guy put
It's almost like we went to like school
guitar.
for it.
Sum 41, like bands like that. NoFX is also a huge one that kind of has a really funny, you know, live show that is always different.
No,
A little more controversial, but
then
a little bit more political.
That being said, I also like from a musical standpoint the fact that we're not always, you know, we fuck up and we don't really care when we fuck up, and it was funny actually to me that one of the artists that I noticed doing that generated a really cool reaction in me was I went and saw Imogen Heap live, and she fucks up quite a bit.
Really?
It's such a different kind of music, and it's such a different thing, but she's so genuine, and because she does everything herself.
Yeah, no,
so she's fucking like running around on stage, like
doing a piano,
laying down a piano line, looping it, going over, doing a percussion thing, and like if she fucks it up, she has to start all over. So you know, there are a couple of times where like she'd be in the middle of one thing, trying to sing at the same time, and screw it up, and she'd be like, like sorry. And then it was just, it kind of made the show that much more unique, and to see an artist like that you would think would be
perfect,
super perfect, it was cool, and there was an honesty in that, and I think that's something I walked away from.
I grew up listening to Blink-182. Like, dude, I remember watching studio videos of them every day. I'd come home from school, and they'd come like, Mark slept under the bridge back there with a fucking troll last night, and thinking that stuff was, just hilarious and stuff. And I remember I watched their first live show, and I think every night, and I think you guys probably agree with this too, any night that you think you're just sucking, and you're just kind of like, I know we go on stage lighthearted too, just kind of like, screw it, but
have fun.
Those nights that you're just like, I think something's really not going well.
Yeah.
I always put in my head that the first real big concert I went to was Blink-182.
Yep.
And I love those guys to death. But holy shit, that was one of the worst. That was one of the worst live shows I'd ever seen.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I'm saying that on the internet right now.
It's cool.
You hear that, Blink? You guys fucking sucked for him.
Sorry. It was awesome. Sorry.
No, but it to that note, it goes along with the same kind of thing. Like, they were probably headlining in front of thousands of people, and it just goes to show that kind of loose attitude doesn't always, sometimes it can be good for the show. So.
Oh, it was amazing. It was the best thing that ever happened.
Jack, I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
What is the largest number of bras you have received on stage on your microphone?
I want to say 50.
I thought we got over like 100 once.
We got
in total.
When did this just start happening? Because it's like these girls know in every city to throw bras at you.
It started as
out of
I think
control.
like a few people did it, and we obviously talked about it
really
on stage.
early in the
Probably.
game though.
No, it wasn't that early. It was like
Been a
I
couple
think like
years.
the Glamour Kills tour is when it really started.
Way before.
Nah.
I mean, it's not in the numbers of like not in the numbers that it is now, but we always back in the day got maybe a brawl or two.
There's something
man,
like
it just caught
throw
on.
your bras on stage.
Yeah.
I think it like kind of you guys inciting the whole thing.
Probably, yeah. And I think eventually it got to
Absolutely.
this point where like, you know, there were enough YouTube videos where there were enough bras on stage and girls were like, I'm gonna take one and I'm gonna write my phone number on it.
I'm gonna bring 10 bras
12
to the next show.
Yeah.
Maybe even
And so
13.
It's really become a thing.
So
Really?
now we're just we're the motley crew of our generation with bras.
Except they're not actually being taken off the people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a plastic
But
bag.
sometimes they aren't. You can tell because they get up there and they're all sweaty and gross. You're just like, well, this is definitely off a naked body.
That's why I give them all the Jack. Give the sweaty ones to Jack.
My microphone smells great.
Nice.
Believe it.
Delicious.
Yeah. Shit. I didn't have one prepared.
No, don't worry about it. We can cut it.
Wait, I had one more question. I forgot what it was. I can't remember if it was important or not. Oh yeah. Yeah. So earlier in this tour, we had a really intoxicated evening at Disney World, and I'm pretty sure you and I had talked about your guys' new single that you wrote with Rivers from Weezer,
Yes.
correct? What was that like? Because they're one of my favorite bands ever.
Oh, dude, that was amazing. Like, they're one of my favorite bands as well. That was very cool. Just you hear so many stories about Rivers. He did, Harvard graduate.
Yeah, seriously.
Might be a complete lunatic. Who knows? I got there and he's just super, super normal. And like we just kind of chilled in his living room with 2 acoustic guitars. And most of the other writing I'd been doing for the album was in studio environments where we could actually I could actually demo out a song with an engineer or whatever and lay down fake drums and really build up a track. And this here it's just kind of like
More Nashville.
all right, turn your iPhone on record and let's jam this thing.
So we know what that's like.
We went to Nashville.
We
for
wrote a
3
lot of our
weeks.
record, when we first started writing a little bit in LA, and kind of everybody's like build a track, and we'd have like real demos. And then we went to
Yeah.
Nashville for like 3.5 weeks, just
Sad.
kind of on a whim to see what it was like writing people out there. And everyone's like, yeah, so you got like a MacBook or like an iPhone, just hit record and let's play it acoustic, and yeah, cool.
And then
It's
it was just like
that's just how they do it.
we ended up with a complete just horrible sounding. It sounded like 2 drunk frat guys playing a song that no one knew.
And now it's your single.
And then when we went in the studio with Mike Green, we kind of hashed it out, put it all together, and it ended up getting picked as our first single. So.
I honestly didn't think it was going to become an actual song because it sounded so bad. I was like, there's no way this is going to be on the record.
It was so whack. Like it was just the hook and some verses and me and
And
Rivers
peaking
kinda,
the entire time.
Yeah. And it's but me and Rivers both singing, so it's just
So
this
loud.
odd thing.
Try to push the MacBook all right, let's maybe put it 10 feet away.
And it's like, no,
It's
now
still
you're not
clicking.
getting the guitar.
Yeah, just oh god.
And I'm like really, really loud, so I'm even in verses just clipping and
Damn it.
everyone would just be like, Brian, like the song sounds cool, but I have no idea what you're saying.
Whoa!
We're gonna have to figure that one out.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
But the experience was rad, and he's a really cool dude, and we actually got to play with him a bunch of times after we wrote the song together.
That's
which was
incredible.
just, yeah,
That's a true. I'm sure.
it was good times.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care about anything else related to you guys.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Thanks for checking us out, guys. We're all time low.
We're all time low.
We're the
all time
Somerset. See you guys later.
Thank you. We've been to Somerset.
Cool.
Thank you.